Hello, everybody. It is March 6th, and it is Ash Wednesday. Can you tell? So I'm going to give this a couple minutes to get going, and hope that you guys are all having a good day. It's freezing cold here. It was sunny this morning, but it's kind of cloudy and overcast right now, so it's not exactly beautiful, although it looks pretty bright behind me, huh? All reflecting off the snow. Anyway, so today, being Ash Wednesday, I went to church at 7 o'clock in the morning with Angelina, my daughter, before school, and she actually still got to school on time, even though we had a religious excuse to get her out a little bit of time there. So what I want to talk about today is the Italian tradition of Ash Wednesday and Lent and all that kind of stuff. So in Italy, they do things very much like would do here as far as the holy days, but they do them a little bit different. Now, I don't know if this is the way they do it all over Italy, but when I was in Italy for the year back in 05-06, and we were there for Easter and Lent and everything, instead of getting the cross on the forehead like I've got here, the ashes were sprinkled on top of our heads. So you didn't see it like we see it. I don't know if that's a tradition all around Italy. I actually just thought of it a little while ago, and I emailed the priest in town and I asked him, so we'll wait and see. He's probably giving out ashes this evening because it's evening there. But I found it very interesting because it was completely different than what we do here. So I was thinking that, if anybody else knows of this and you've seen the tradition, then it would be kind of cool to know if you have experienced that, if anybody else has been to Italy during Easter. So anyway, here, we got to show everybody our differences and what we all do. But it was really interesting because I went from church to the grocery store, and I had about 4 people stop me and go, "Oh my gosh, today's Ash Wednesday." I said, "Yep, it sure is." And so they were reminded, and then they were asking me, "Where did you go?" Somebody who worked in the neighborhood for the day was asking where the local church was and all that. So it was pretty funny. I couldn't believe how many people stopped me to ask me that it was, because I just walk around like this all the time, "Hey, let me put some ashes on my forehead." So anyway, one of the things, actually, Marco, you're online here. You're in Roseto. So there, the ashes get put on your head. Well, you're not in Roseto. I think you're away at school. But anyway, the ashes get put on the head. Do you know why they're on top of the head instead of on the forehead like the Americans do? So maybe if you know, you can answer. Anyway, so yesterday was the end of Mardi Gras or Carnevale or whatever else we call it. Why we took the French name for it here in this country, I have no idea. But anyway, so we ate as much as we could last night because I thought, okay, today we're going to start doing stuff a little different to try to, once again, every year to give something up. This is the way I do it. This is the way I show my faith. We're Italian most of the time. Most of the Italians are Catholic. There's, although I know some Jewish people in Rome, from Rome, who, there's a ghetto in Rome that's not Catholic, and a ghetto means neighborhood. So there's a Jewish ghetto in Rome that is very, very old neighborhood. And I hear the food there is phenomenal. So one of these days I'm going to go. But for the most part, in Italy, you don't need to show you got ashes because pretty much everybody is Catholic. So here it's not the same. So I don't know if that's the reason. And again, I'm waiting on a message from the priest in Italy, so we'll see. So of course I should have thought of that sooner, but that's okay. But so this is Mercoledì delle Ceneri, which is Ash Wednesday in Italian. And it is now the beginning of the 40 days of Lent, which they call Quaresima over there. And of course, that just Quaresima means 40. Quattro is 4, and so it's a take on the 40, the 4 words. So now we're going to be, the tradition is to fast. And in Italy, okay, well, here we all know, if we're Catholic or a lot of Christians as well, that we eat fish on Fridays during Lent. It's something we give up. We give up meat. So we don't, it could be fish or not, or just not meat. Well, in Italy, the tradition is pretty much, most of the people I know, at least in some of the southern villages, and especially I know in mine, they pretty much, the old timers, so to speak, pretty much eat fish on Friday all year long. I know in Roseto, if you go up to somebody and say, what are you making today to eat? And if it's Friday, they're going, pesce, of course, as if you should know that. So that is something that, and oftentimes it used to be anyway, that fish was kind of eaten on Wednesday and Friday, because I remember the year we lived there, the fish man came on Wednesday. So that was a day, it was nice and fresh. So you bought your fish on Wednesday, you had fish Wednesday night, and then you saved some for Friday night. So that was a nice thing. As far as Italian tradition goes, they follow obviously the Catholic faith, and the reason for the 40 days of fasting is that, they say that Jesus fasted for 40 days before the crucifixion. So that was the 40 days. So we kind of mimic that, and we show that we, are kind of following the same thing, and also giving something up. And we're not dying at the end of the 40 days. At the end of the 40 days, we're having a celebration. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, so over this next month, up until Easter, I'm going to be, bringing you some fish dishes, and of course a few other non-meat dishes specifically. So for those of you who choose to want to have, Friday's a fish day, or just a not meat day to give up meat for Fridays, then I'll have some recipes for you. And then before long, actually before Lent is over, I will be leaving for Italy. And so leading up to Easter, I will be there for 3 weeks before, almost 3 weeks before Easter. So you're going to get to see some stuff that we do over there, exactly, because I am leaving here April 5th. I will arrive in Italy April 6th, and I will be there till the 30th. And so you're going to get to see some really cool stuff, Easter traditions, Lenten traditions that are religious traditions, but they are very traditional Italian traditions. Remember that oftentimes heritage and faith go hand in hand from different countries. And so when you're learning about a culture, oftentimes you're learning about their faith traditions as well. But they're really, really cool traditions steeped in history and something really nice. If anybody has any questions while we're sitting here, so let me say hello to a couple of people, Carter and Candy and Marianne and Marco and Michelle and Karen. Oh gosh. Oh, you don't know the answer, Marco. Thanks a lot. I want you to find out for me. Hi, Tina. I've been talking to your brother. Oh, Gabriella, hello. So anyway, I'm really excited about what's to come here. I'm sorry I wasn't on all this past week. I was sick, and you can still hear a little bit in my voice. And the last thing I wanted to do was, kind of be on here all sick. So we've got a lot going on. We're working on a whole bunch of things to bring to you. I wanted to start this whole process because I had a plan to start by February, so I did. And now we're going into a really rich season of wonderful recipes and traditions that I'm going to get to share with you. And, some of them are going to be live like I've done so far. But they're going to start getting a little better. So stay tuned. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And if anybody needs anything, you can always email me, call me, message me, whatever. And we'll be back again soon. I've got some, things coming up that you're going to really like. All right. Ciao, everybody. Have a blessed day.